This is your guide to the heist intel to find the primary target on Cayo Perico. After starting up the heist intel, you're going to want to head over to this location in your submarine. This way you could fast travel. You're just going to pick the location that has your submarine icon closest to the yellow dot on the map. After fast traveling, steal the plane and fly down to Cayo Perico. Now once you arrive at the airport in Cayo Perico, there are two things you have to do. Turn around and sprint towards the hangar, and there will be two different locations with a total of 4 secondary loot inside. Take 4 pictures, this way it saves on your planning screen and you remember which location had what type of secondary target. Now, after scoping out the hangar, you want to sprint across, make a right, and you should see this shed right here. Take 2 more pictures. I unfortunately didn't have any loot on them, but there probably will be loot for you. Now we could head onto the most famous motorcycle in Cayo Perico. You're going to want to drive on the route that I'm taking right now. I would just be careful of the trees and bushes because if you crash into them, you will fall off your motorcycle. This is the most important part. Make sure the guard tower can't see you as you hop over this hill. Follow this route that I'm taking you. They actually updated the Gather Intel mission, and there will be a camera on the main road that we usually take, so you're going to have to make a detour to the right. It's not that big of a deal, you just drive over the growing weed, drive up on the hill. You're going to have to hack into the signal box. And the signal box isn't the hardest thing to master. What you're first going to want to notice is that there are 3 different multipliers. So the one multiplier has a square with 1 line, and then there is 1 line with 2 dashes. So the square with the 1 line is times 1, 8 times 1, and 5 times 1, and then I did 3 times 2, and that equaled 19. Once you're inside the camera feed, scroll over to the basement, and that will have primary target. If you're going solo, I would just scroll over to the 2 office cameras, but if you have another person you're doing the heist with, I would scroll through all the camera footage, drive down to the north docks following the route I'm taking right now, because there are more secondary targets to scope out. The reason I do this is because I want to be able to find where the cocaine is. The cocaine gives you the most bang for your buck, so you want to find the cocaine and fill it up. And the only way to fill your loot bag is with the secondary targets, because the primary target goes in a different compartment of valid claims. And every time you come across secondary targets, you're going to want to take a picture of them. This way they save on your planning screen. So the first location is this shed. You're going to want to follow the route I'm taking right now to stealth around the guards. and there is this larger warehouse And lastly, there's this tiny shed. Now once that is complete, you could just give yourself up to the guards on purpose. You'll spawn in at the airport and you could return to Los Santos. And that is how you complete the heist intel for the Cayo Perico Heist.